Executive Steve Stenger, and he's now been on the show twice since he's been county executive, which is twice as many times as the past county executive was on the show. Good morning, Mr. Steve Stenger.
McGraw, hello, good morning. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You got it. What took so long with this database here in the county for the county to act? Well, this has been something that's sort of been percolating for a while, but why now? Why take this action now?
Well, it has grown to just some epidemic proportions in our county. And I know you've been talking about this for a long time, and I laud you for doing that. Sometimes it takes a bit to get everybody on the same page, and we have been watching the state and with the hopes that the state would take action. And year after year, they have just, they've just not. And to take this action as a county is a really big move, because ultimately we are going to be the only county in the region that's doing this. And I think that it is something that absolutely needs to be done.
The fact that the St. Louis County, if it gets done and passed, is the only one, is this symbolic? Because someone can go to a city or a St. Charles County or any other doctor and not be affected by this database. So is this just more symbolic than anything else?
No, it is rooted in practicality. And the reason for it is, while we will be the first county, I will tell you that I don't believe that we will be the last county. What we are encouraging is for all counties around us, all cities around us, to join us in doing this. And, if you look at St. Louis County's role in our state, we have 1 million people, and we provide really the economic engine for the state. So it is important that we do it, and it's far beyond symbolism. Although it is symbolic, it's far beyond symbolism, and it really transcends symbolism. And we will have a program that other counties can tap into and can utilize. And I would expect that in the future we're going to have federal money that's going to be provided for this program to expand greatly.
There have been other elected officials over the last number of years that have tried to sort of combat Big Pharma, whether it was trying to get some type of database for pain, for cold medicine, now pain pills. How much backlash are you expecting from the pharmaceutical companies and the special interest lobbyists to sort of combat this?
I'm sure that there is going to be some backlash, and I will tell you, I am unapologetic, and we are moving forward with this, and I really don't care about the backlash. I'll take the backlash. Anytime you want to make a change, you're going to have backlash, and I've certainly had my share of backlash, so yeah. I'm not concerned with it a bit.
Can we get a twofer here? Can we get some type of database for people buying prescription or pain pills and cold medicine, and can we get them to get a prescription before they buy cold medication?
Well, right now we do have a statewide database that monitors pseudoephedrine purchases. So we kind of already have that, at the state level for that issue.
Right, but a lot of the experts and a lot of these surrounding communities in rural Missouri have that prescription where you have to get a prescription to get the cold medicine with pseudoephedrine. Do you see that?
I see. So you're talking about the prescription,
right?
Yeah.
To
the database.
Yeah.
For years now, that has been an issue that has been talked about in the county council from the time I was a councilman, and I can tell you at this point, I don't think that is something that would pass in the county council. But as I said, we do have the state monitoring, so it's sort of, I will tell you, and I monitor this in talking with our law enforcement and in my staff talking with our law enforcement professionals that we have in the county. They're saying that state database has taken a major chunk out of the problem with respect to the pseudoephedrine issue.
Steve Stenger, our guest county executive, you have been touched by this heroin epidemic personally. We've had your brother we've had your brother and your sister-in-law on the show talking about your nephew who passed away. How much of this are you doing because it touched you personally?
I can tell you what the driver is for me. I don't want anyone in our community to have to go through what my family has gone through with the loss of Mitchell. It's something that really continues to be difficult to talk about. as you can tell. But it's just it's an indescribable pain, and
take your time. It's all right.
if we can avoid that for others in the county, then the program's well worth it.
How soon do you think this will be up and running?
It's going to be up and running almost immediately. Almost immediately. So we have about 3 weeks to work through perfection and final passage, and then following that, it should be just about up and running. It takes approximately about a month to put together the database and to ensure the protection of the data, and then it should be up and running.
We talked about the backlash of the special interests. From some of the doctors I speak with, it seems like the doctors want something like this in the region.
Oh, they do. And if you look across the nation, and if you look Missouri specifically, the agencies that support this type of legislation are Missouri Pharmacy Association, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, U.S. Department of Justice, the Missouri State Medical Association, and, of course, the National Council on Alcohol and Drug Abuse. So there are large physician groups that support this legislation, and I think by and large, most physicians support it.
St. Louis County Executive Steve Stenger. Steve, thanks for checking in.
Thanks a lot, McGraw.
742, Big 550, KTRS.
Fetus, a retirement coach. If you want